Now recording.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Roundtable Report. I'm your host, Shaylei.
And I'm Jazzy as always.
So, Jazzy, how are things?
Oh, they're going pretty well. I can't complain too terribly much. It's been one heck of a week, though, right? Oh,
You have no idea. It feels like it's been like 30 weeks in 1 week.
makes me hurt so much. So I'm enjoying the long weekend, though.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah, for those listening, it's Labor Day weekend.
Yes,
It's a
it
long weekend.
is. I'm so
Yeah.
excited for it. I got my laundry hanging outside. It's a beautiful day. I need to start working on my druid for the all druid run because she needs to get like 25 item level, which I may holler at you to tank some dungeons for me at some point.
Mm,
Don't
okay.
you grumble at me.
But,
Oh, come on.
Mom,
We can blow through like fives in like 10 minutes.
yeah, but, can I call my mage?
I don't care.
I
We
mean,
can
my
find
mage can
we can
easily do 5.
we can find somebody. Well, she's got a 2 right now.
Okay.
So we'd have to bump it up, but we can find somebody to tank it. We'll be all
There we go.
right.
Problem solved.
But anywho, off of off of Lobies. Um let's start off with Stream-a-thon. This was an absolutely amazing Stream-a-thon. We got over $4,000 worth of donations through Tiltify, and then we
Thanks.
had an anonymous $6,000 donation.
A single $6,000 donation. Who you
Mm,
know who you are? You're an amazing person. Thank you so much.
yes, you are. We appreciate it. This was an amazing charity that we used this time. It was Rise Above the Disorder. For anyone who may have missed it, they help match therapists to people, primarily gamers, um, with the people that need them.
Yeah, it's a really good service, and it was founded by WoW players for WoW players. So it's great, and giving an extra 6 grand, and not to overshadow the 4 grand from Tiltify, or over 4 grand, but also the chaos that ensued for donations, trying to keep it uneven and then people evening it up. It was fantastic.
Yeah, the people that
She
were
was
putting
having
on
a
their
heart attack.
I know she was. I was so I didn't get to go this time. I'm sad about that because we got stuck at the airport with flight delays.
I got stuck on a boat.
Yeah, you got COVID too, didn't you?
I did. I got COVID on the flight back.
Oh no, that
Yep.
sucks.
Yeah, so yeah, so I was perfectly fine the whole trip. It was a great trip. I have many photos. It was absolutely wonderful. But on the flight back, I got COVID. So my vacation just lasted a whole nother week. I mean, I worked from home 100% definitely. Uh-huh. Yes, one. Yep. A full. Yep.
Okay, sure, we'll go with that. But so we've got a long list of thank yous from the Streamathon. So Lily, Nye, and Itzy, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for taking over the stream. Not to forget Allie for Slacker, for all the
Yeah.
hard work that she put into getting the guild's Twitch ready and up and running, and for the credits that she did. Um, you guys are all amazing. We appreciate it. Huge shout out to all of social media for the amount of promotion that they did. Just getting it up on all the platforms, keeping it rolling, and for getting the prize support coordinated. To the events team, you guys are awesome. We love you for all the amazing work that you put into getting this event together, getting it coordinated. Just, we love you guys. I'm sure everybody feels the same way.
The amount of coordination and team effort that we throw into these streamathons is just amazing. Everybody does a fantastic job. There's
Yeah,
also
it is.
the
Between,
graphics team and the flyers.
yes.
Holy mackerel!
Smalls did and his team did an amazing job with those flyers. They were great. Like, I when I say I don't think anybody fully understands the amount of coordination that goes into one of these events. Jazzy, I know you help with it too.
Oh, yeah.
Um, so just between the events team and the social media team coordinating, the social media team took over doing the prize support this time, just all the reaching out at, like, there, I can't tell you how many emails and phone calls got made because I lost track. But that and reaching out to the discords and the events team just
Mhm.
doing their thing. And then the graphics team taking all of the ideas that we have and all the information that we've gathered and putting it together and banking for their contributions to it. And then getting the guild Twitch ready and everything flipped over to where it needs to be from whatever event happened before the streamathon. It's so much work that gets put into the back end, and it's very appreciated. Everybody does an amazing job.
This
Um,
guild is I've used this analogy before. It is a duck on a pond. It looks super calm on the surface, but we are churning under the water.
yes, it is. And where would we be if we didn't say thank you to everybody that donated? You
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
oh, you guys are the reason that we're able to keep this going.
Y'all are amazing. I threw in my donation as well, but yes, thank you all so much. It is again a worthy cause.
And with prize support, thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to all of the Etsy shops that donated. It's very appreciated. To the guild for participating. I mean, what
Thanks to the teams, man.
right, and the teams that did the key groups, some of them spent all day doing it.
I don't have numbers in front of me, but I heard it was again a record number of dungeons run.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think we've broken
every
that record
time.
every time. And the last one that I remember was 217 dungeons just in the 12 hours, and that was
Yeah,
last time. So,
yeah. Yeah,
jeez.
I don't have the exact number of dungeons, but I know it was more this time than it was the last time. Every time we do them, I feel like we had more teams that ran keys this time than we normally do, I think. And that's even with my team ended up not running.
Yeah, I mean, my team didn't. Well, no, I take that back. I deputized a replacement jellyfish team, so don't worry, jellyfish still runs. Actually, I'm looking it up right now because
Of course you
again,
are.
again, as far as shoutouts go, Star and Co did a fantastic job revamping the entire Streamathon spreadsheet, and it's just it's so good.
Oh, yeah, no, that spreadsheet, it's so everything is there and it's organized in tabs.
Yep. And yeah, so 340 keys
That's a lot of
submitted.
keys.
Hang on, how many were run though? 299.
That's a lot of keys.
Yeah. So 299 keys were run. Um that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. So sticking on the topic of dungeons, the mega dungeon. What are your thoughts?
I like it. I if I'm being honest, I haven't run it very much. Just because mythic gear. I know that there's like a super good trinket in there, but I just can't be bothered at the moment. I'll run it a lot more when it becomes a mythic plus for sure. But I like it.
Yeah.
I I like the more chi fight. Am I weird?
No, it's different.
It is different, and also Chromius Bay. But it's really fun. Since it's been out, I'm not even gonna be worried about spoilers because if you haven't run it yet, that's on you, not me. Um, I like the idea of going through it once, making a choice, and going, "Oh, that was the wrong one. Let's go back and do it again. Go the other way this time." So that's a lot of fun. And the last fight um, requires coordination,
Yes, it does.
and somebody that knows what they're doing, which, um, for me isn't necessarily hard to do, but, uh,
For some people, it is.
this is gonna be fun in pugs.
No. Just no. I don't look, you know what? I've got a pretty consistent key group that I run with.
Same.
I actually so there's a total of like 10 people that we alternate in and out of the key groups. And I'm not gonna lie, I will stick with my key group because
Yeah.
reasons. So as far as the mega dungeon, I've only done it a handful of times because um the group that I run with, there's really not anything in there that's going to be an upgrade for them aside from the aspect things. And
Yeah.
you can get them in by doing 16 keys, and we can do like 3 or 4 keys in the time that it takes to do one of those, and we come out with the same amount of the aspect things.
And it doesn't give you vault slots where the 16s do.
Exactly. Yep,
So
exactly. So, I'm looking forward to when they split it in half because you know they're going to.
oh, yeah, they've already announced that. That's, I think even in 10.17, you're gonna be queuable for heroic version of it, so
Yeah, it's the new Mechagon. It's gonna
yeah.
get split in half, and they're gonna do it in 2 dungeons, and they're probably gonna be 2 well, I'm not saying probably, they are most likely going to be 2 of the dungeons in the next rotation.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, but what about, have you even attempted the hard mode?
No.
Me either. But it's the whole not dying thing, um, that is a little rough. There's some
You
parts that
gotta
are
stay alive.
well, yeah, but that you can't die even on trash.
Oh, no, look, see?
Yeah. So, like, 'kay.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be screwing that up in the first group of trash because I tend to lick the floor because shaman are squishy. I've got the best cooldown in the game, but
I
it's on
don't
a 2-minute cooldown, and it only lasts for a few seconds.
yeah, yeah, oh, don't make me go on my rant about Astral Shift.
It's so good.
It's so good, and Shaman's like, "It's so terrible!"
No,
No, it's not, it's
it's
great,
it's
shut up.
good, but that's the only only "oh crap" button you have.
I know, but still, use it.
I mean, I do. It's usually on cooldown.
Oh my god, good.
But
Co
yeah, so I haven't done it on my priest yet.
complete side note, I was in raid this week,
Oh,
and,
no.
um, we were talking about our openers on Sarkareth because we have 3% left, just kill the boss, kill the boss, please, for the love of God. But,
Just do
um
it.
in the downtime, we got talking about my Gotank's a prop pally at the moment, and he's like, "Yeah, my opener's like 3 buttons." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
3? I
Yeah.
have 20."
Paladin tank. So, from someone who has played a paladin tank, there are not a ton of buttons to push.
No.
They're
See,
not.
he's like, "Yeah, it's just like judgment and hammer something. That's kind of I just rotate through the city." I'm like, "Really?" Because I have blackout kick, tiger palm, breath of fire, keg smash, rushing jade, wind, spinning crane kick.
Have you never tanked
Dave,
on a
Patrick.
paladin?
No, I dislike paladins, just a star.
It's so easy to tank when Jazzy.
See, I don't like it when they're easy.
No, you don't,
That's
because
why I play Brewmaster.
you wouldn't be Jazzy otherwise.
I get so bored.
Look, I mean, it's not like it's like warrior tank. Run in thunderclap, shield block,
Yeah.
thunderclap, shield block,
Revenge,
revenge.
devastate, revenge, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 5 button rotation.
Avatar demo and go to ham.
Yup, pretty much. I haven't
I
seen many warrior tanks recently.
They took 10.15 hard. They
Oh,
got some
did
pretty
they?
massive damage nerfs, and they couldn't. Their so their defensives could never overshadow the fact that they just did a whole bunch of damage. Well, now they don't do a whole bunch of damage, and
No.
so they just kind of like go away.
Yeah, I hopefully they'll buff them again because I always liked Warrior
They
Tank.
should. I agree. I like that's actually my second tank is a warrior. So,
So I
um,
actually joined the guild on a Warrior Tank.
I don't believe you.
I did.
I don't believe you.
I was originally tanking on my prop warrior for Harbinger.
Oh
Ask
my god.
Snow. I came the first tune that I brought over from the other server was my warrior. Anna
You're
was
ridiculous.
Anna was Harbinger's off tank
I mean, when I
back in
joined,
Tuma Sarkaris.
when I joined, um, I joined as a mistweaver in Tomb of Sargeras, or not Tomb, in Antor's.
Yeah, you joined the guild right after I did.
Yep. And Snow was one of my tanks,
Oh, yeah.
and another person, I think, Holy was his name. Yeah, and so they were the tanks, and I was the healer.
That's so funny.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, back in Legion, I used to run dungeons with Snow, and she would be tanking if I wasn't on one of my tanks. And if I didn't think she was pulling fast enough, I would pull it and bring it to her.
You're one of those.
Well, we weren't going to beat the timer.
You're one of those.
Look, she expected it from me.
I mean,
Because, so I raided with her in a guild before we came over here, and I knew what she was capable of,
yeah.
and she would underestimate what she was capable of. So I'm like, "You know what? I know what you're capable of. I'm going and getting it and bringing it to you."
It's also, and this happens actually in a classic example is actually current in Neltheris.
I hate
After
that place so much.
I don't mind it so much. After the chain boss and you're
Yeah,
doing
the oh god,
trash,
the
right?
chain boss is horrible.
Well, the hallway where you have the cooking pot and you grab
Mhm.
stuff, I want to grab the phoenixes that are in the kind of atrium that's next as well. In one big pull, I want that whole
You and
line
everything.
at the same time. But it's too far to grab the phoenixes by myself and
You
keep
send
everything
somebody to go
right.
get it.
Yeah, so Star goes and hammers them for me.
I mean, I'll go get them for you.
Yeah, that I'm like, okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I'll go get them for you. I have no look, I got no problem going and pulling something for somebody. It's like, they'll say, "Well," I'll be like, "You want those too? I'll go get them for you."
Yeah.
I can hold aggro on them long enough to get them to you.
Star did that for me a lot in Shadowlands dungeons too. She's just okay, we're good here. I can go grab the next stuff. I'm like, you're the healer. You tell me.
I mean, we have Azrael that tanks for us most of the time. It's either him or Aerie, and they're both very, very good tanks. They're actually our 2 tanks for raid. Um, but they Azrael knows what he can take, so he'll go and he'll just grab stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, depending on what the effects are. If it's bursting, he's not gonna pull 30 mobs because they're all gonna die at the same time, and then we're gonna die.
I would still pull 30 mobs.
I know you would.
That distinctly sounds like a healer problem.
It sounds like a healer problem. Oh, no,
I'm
that's
terrible. So I'm also I
mm.
say all this memeing mainly, but because of like the everything's dead and we're just taking to like 8 ticks of damage, I will start healing the group to help.
I've done
But
that before too.
it's one of those that like I I've done keys too much. I'm too confident with them. That's
I
the
like
problem.
doing keys.
I
That's
like
my fun
keys.
spot. Like, I keys are my fun spot.
I
I don't know what
greatly
else
enjoy
to
keys.
say. I don't
I
know what else to say. I like keys.
I always was a huge fan of 10 man specifically because everybody has a job. And
Yes.
in 5 man and plus, everybody has a job.
Mhm.
So I like it. It works for me and it's a small tight knit group of people and I'm fortunate that I have a regular group of people
Mhm.
that I do it with. So I've gotten all my portals this season. I've gotten my gear that I can get out of dungeons. I just need the vault stuff for a few pieces, and that's it. So yeah,
Gotcha.
it's real nice. And if I had more time, stupid work being stupid, I want to do things like MDI and TGP more, just because it's super fun. But we got sidetracked. Hi, Mega Dungeon, you're fun.
Yeah, it's, I'm looking forward to it being Mythic Plus.
I am too. I'm not looking forward to the run through all this stuff being in the Mythic Plus, 'cause
Yeah.
I thought when I
There's a
saw
lot of
that
trash
on the
in there.
when I saw that run, through the stuff
Oh god.
on the PTR, I
Don't
was like, "That
even
looks
get me
hard."
started on so isn't that, like, at the halfway point for the dungeon?
No, it's just after the first boss, after the
No.
halfway point. Yeah,
Why? I
I
hate
know.
that part of the dungeon, that's, like, the worst part of the dungeon,
I
and
saw it on the PTR, I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's just gonna be a race through." I know me, I'll learn it and get through it. I cannot for the life of me get through that damn thing.
I've got through it once.
Yeah, I have to take the portal from other people who are clearly better than me.
So, the only time I ever got through that, um and for those of you who aren't in there, it's a bunch of things that shoot circles on the ground that if they hit you, it bounces you back to the start. The only time I've ever made it through there, I Leroy Jenkins it and went to the right.
Yeah. Oh,
That's the only time.
it's not just the circles, don't forget the cones that extend way too far.
Yes.
Yeah, the that's just a giant cluster of mobs that if you get hit by anything, you just go straight back to the beginning. Now, granted, you're given a massive speed buff, which is really helpful until it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Speed buff is not always good on that.
other than that, let's talk about the what about the fights themselves? Like, I thought that they were really well done.
Yes, they're not what we're used to seeing.
No, they
They mixed it
have.
up. They actually made them so, the first time we went through there, we finished it,
Mhm.
but we some of the fights were a bit of a struggle just because we hadn't seen them and there weren't really a lot of videos on the different fights, so we had no clue what was going on. We still did it. It took us like 2.5 hours to do it the first time, and then every time we did it subsequently after that, the time went down.
Yeah,
I
we
know
went in.
there were people that were saying, "Oh, we were in there for like 4 hours and we didn't finish it." And we're like going in there and we're like, how did you not finish it?" I guess it's because we're used to running together
That
and
helps for sure.
we know what to expect from each other.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes it a little bit easier.
When I went in the first time, I specifically went in not looking at any videos. I didn't read the dungeon journal.
We
And
were reading the dungeon journal as we were going.
more importantly, nobody in my group that went had read the dungeon journal or watched any videos or anything like that.
So
So the whole group
you
went
did
in
the
blind.
Leroy Jenkins
Yeah,
through the whole
we all went
thing.
in blind, but we were still done in like 2 hours.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean
but
it's like
it's our mythic raid team. So if we can't do
yeah.
dungeon mechanics,
Yeah, I hear you on that. But like, I mean, I get why some groups couldn't finish it
oh
initially. I
yeah.
know they've nerfed some of it, so some of it's parts of it are easier and more people are finishing it now. But
I mean, we didn't one shot any of the bosses.
y-
I'm not gonna. No illusions there. We like, oh,
yeah,
okay, that's what we
no,
need to do. Okay, we'll do it next time.
right. You learn as you go.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of the bosses we wiped 4 or 5 times on before we actually got it, but we still finished it.
I take that back. We did shockingly. We did one shot Morchi.
Oh, I think it took us like 3 no, you know what? We did one shot one. We wa so the one that goes between Horde and Alliance
Uh huh.
with the cannon, we
Yeah.
one shot that one.
Yeah. That one's not too hard.
Not gonna lie, when we went in there, I kinda thought it was gonna be a trash fight. I thought it was trash. I didn't think it was a boss.
I
I
mean,
thought it was trash. I'm
kind of
like,
is.
"Oh, this is a boss?"
Kind of is a trash fight, but whatever.
That's
Uh,
those were my exact words, and we go in there and we pull it, I'm like and I saw the DBM thing, I'm like, "Wait, this is a boss?" So,
I want to clarify. We one shot Morchi because I was the last one alive,
I mean, tanks are basically deep an extra DPS this expansion, okay?
especially Brewmaster. What can I say?
Have you seen the damage that Demon Hunter tanks do?
Look,
You get a good Demon Hunter tank,
And they
And
just
you
hit Chaos Brand and, "Oh, look, they're done."
oh, and
Stupid.
can we talk about augment evokers?
Do we have to?
Dude, I have so on our Wednesday night group, we tend to have an evoker. If he brings his evoker, he runs augment.
Right.
Me and the Ret Paladin. So I mean, he's still doing our evoker's still doing pretty decent DPS as augment, but it doubles the damage that the other two DPS do.
Yeah.
It's busted,
Yeah.
and I like it.
So, did you watch any of the TGP that ended
I
a couple weeks
did
ago?
not.
Okay, so, there were a total of 5 different classes and specs in the entire
Yeah, I know
TGP.
it was Guardian Druid, Arcane Mage, Shadow Priest, Augment Evoker, and I don't remember what the healer was.
Holy Paladin.
Holy Paladin.
Yep. That was
The
the
meta.
entirety. Yeah,
I
that
know.
was the meta. And it was because of the Aug Evoker, um,
Dude, I
doing
did so I
insane
managed to
things.
get my priest into a couple of keys for Stream-a-thon because I was super late getting home and I caught the last hour of it and the two groups that I went through with my priest both had an augment evoker. Tell me why I was doing like 130k DPS single target on
That's
like
fine.
a 420 item level shadow priest. And
No,
I didn't even know what the heck I was doing at that point in time. I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pushing buttons and hoping for the best.
you got constant ebb and might,
Yes, it's
from the Aug Evokers.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's great. And
Yeah.
it's fun. And
It's kinda hilarious because, our Aug Evoker misread their tooltip for the buff that they throw on tanks, the Blazing Scales.
mhm,
They thought it increased the tank's armor by 30%, which is really nice,
mhm.
except it's not. It's 30% of the Aug Evoker's armor, which is nothing.
But it's still extra armor you have.
You're right, it is 3K on top of my 70K, but whatever.
That's an
And
extra
also,
3K.
I'm a
Hey, you know what?
brewmaster.
You
What's
know
armor?
what? That could mean the difference between you going to like 10 health and you getting one shot, okay?
I already make my healers panic and drop to 1 with stagger. 1, not 1%, by the way, 1
One
HP.
oh my god.
Fun fact,
Remind me to never heal you through anything.
stagger can't kill you.
Well, it'll just drop you to 1 health.
It will drop you to 1 health and not a penny more.
Yeah, but then something smacking you could kill you.
Yep. In Shadowlands, I gave Star many heart attacks, dropping down to 1 HP on a boss
I'm
fight.
sure you did.
I was fine, it was fine.
So what are your thoughts on the time rifts?
Time rifts, I mean, they're good for what they are, right? They're a cosmetic farm, and you get some cool things out of it,
But there
and
are mounts.
like I said, you get some cosmetic things out of it.
You know, maybe I'll take my druid through some of them because
Yeah, you get some good leveling gear.
the gear would be an upgrade over what she's using. I got to get her to 415 for the druid run.
Oh, what eye level drops out of time rifts? I should know this.
So I think it's 402, but
Okay.
most of her stuff, but you can upgrade it.
Yeah.
At least what you
Okay.
can get from what you get from the tokens is 402. I'm yet to see a single piece of gear drop from the thing, so I don't know what the item level is when it, but there are mounts that you can buy.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
Yeah, I need look, that's the only reason I'm going to be doing them is for the mounts because mounts.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I've noted so initially they were so laggy.
See, the first time I went in was like a few hours after they had just launched because work is sucking the life out of me and I don't get to play when I want to. But when I went in, there's a little bit of lag, but it was actual like server lag. I could tell,
Yeah, it was
and
well,
that was
so
it. It wasn't bad though. We totally did it.
yeah, I mean I'm yet to have where I haven't finished one, but then they've gotten better. But
Yeah.
the number of and I think it was because of the number of people that were in there. Like we got the Mechagon one and we're sitting there and I'm casting spells and it's like, why isn't it going off? And then like 2 minutes later it would a lightning bolt and then 2 minutes later flame
We got the Kill Jaden one when
I
I did the first
haven't
go.
done that one yet.
Yeah, and it was boss is in the middle. I'm like, okay, where are the mechanics? Oh, it's dead.
um, so I've done the Mechagon one. I've done the one where Varian's still alive. Like, would that really be a bad thing if he had lived?
I I mean, do we want to
The
go
en-
into Legion lore?
the entirety of Shadowlands probably would not have happened because
I
Varian would have went in there and slapped Sylvanas and been like, no.
Oh yeah, that would have been a whole thing. I think Varian's one of the characters that they could, if they could write it well, people would like to see come back.
Well,
And I
he was just getting to the point where people liked him
Yeah,
because through Burning Crusade and all he wasn't really there. He was there in Burning Crusade. It was Vanilla that he
Vanilla.
wasn't there. But he was kind of not nice.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Logash did a number on him.
yeah. He was kind of not nice and he was finally getting to the point where people were starting to like him. They could bring him back if they could find a way to write it. Um
That would be an interesting dynamic is if you bring him back and the
so
interplay with Anduin.
so
I'm sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Manduin.
Manduin. So if you look at the lore with that, so the only time he should technically be able to split Charlemagne into the two separate blades is one of the two personalities takes over.
Right.
And so, and this is just me, if they wanted to, they could make it so they killed Logash off or something. Um, and
That's
the other
fair.
half of him could come back. I don't know how that would physically be possible, but it could.
I Yeah, I think I forgive me, I'm not a massive lore nerd. I believe that Logash or however you pronounce that
Logash.
and Varian, they're actually just two sides of the same coin and they were split and then they came back and now they temper each other to be
To who he
Varian as
was.
we know. Yeah. Um is it weird that I was when eh, spoilers for Legion, when Varian dies, uh I cried more for the sword than for Varian, 'cause I got a thing for swords, man. Charlemagne is just
Well,
I
Manduin has
love that shit.
Charlemagne now, so
I know, he doesn't deserve
Chal-
it.
Charlemagne lives on.
I know. I did like the subtle thing, I don't know if anybody noticed, but they've talked about it before, but the orb inside towards the base of Charlemagne,
Hmm.
it changes color based on the class of the person wielding it.
Oh, really? I did not
So
know that.
when Varian had it, it was this orange because warrior type of
It
thing.
was like that goldish orange color, yeah.
Yeah. Anduin picks it up, it's a bright white.
I never paid that much attention to it
Yeah. That's, like, real subtle, like, "Oh, I like that."
because Manduin is a priest. Well,
Yeah.
is he still a priest or is he a paladin now? Because I know at some point in the lore he goes from a priest to a paladin.
They've Blizzard gets to have free reign on NPCs. I think he's a priest paladin because NPCs are allowed to multi-class, but players aren't because they hate fun.
Right. Dude, how awesome would that be if you could multi-class? You could be a druid and a shaman at the same time.
Oh my god.
Cast renew while I'm using my spirit link totem.
So, oh god.
Oh no, tranquility while I'm using my spirit link totem. How busted would that be? Dude, you know what they need to give shaman back? They need to give shaman back Vesper totem.
I could get
Because
behind that. That's for
no.
was alright.
So, not necessarily from a DPS standpoint, although if you gave it back with the 4 piece that Elemental has right now, that causes Stormkeeper to proc once a minute, I think it is, or it's every 45 seconds. I don't remember off the top of my head. You throw that sucker down while you got Stormkeeper active and it hurts.
Well, yeah.
But what I would do when we were doing Castle Nathria, because I was a swing healer, is I would make sure I was Kyrian drop a Vesper Totem, and use Wellspring. That's a raid cooldown.
Yeah,
On top of the
absolutely was.
playpen and the big Healy Totem, that's a raid
Playpen?
cooldown. Yeah, the Spirit Link Totem. It's a
Oh,
playpen.
I've never heard it called that, but okay.
It's a get in the playpen
I
because
just call you the tank killer.
it's a big green circle. It's a playpen.
Oh god. So when we were doing Rashok Prague, um, there's a very specific point where we would drop SLT, but I'm taking a massive tank buster at that time. I had to not be in the SLT because it would drop me too low, and then the tank buster would kill me. It was so hard because it kept getting dropped
Oh
on
my
my face.
god, that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm just like, "Can you
Uh,
guys not be dead, please, so I could live? Thank you."
the Spirit Link Totem killed Jazzy.
Oh, multiple times. Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny.
It was it got to a point where I'm, like, running away from the spirit link, I swear it was chasing me.
Oh no. All
Oh
right.
god.
So, um, the All Druid run is coming again,
It is! We
September
talked about
6th.
that, you're trying to gear your Lobby Druid.
I am trying to gear my Lobby. I'll get her. She'll be ready to go. I mean, I kind of have to because I'm going to be the one that's streaming it, unless Zos decides he wants to stream it. But that's neither here nor there. I need to get her gear because I'm organizing it. I feel like I need to be there.
I mean, if you don't wanna be a hypocrite, but okay.
So, I mean, it's fun. I was I was told during the last one that I needed to do it again. I was told I had to
Oh.
do it again. Uh, and I was originally gonna be like, okay, well, maybe we'll do it twice. Say, no, you need to do it every tier, is what I was told. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I just repurposed my sign up sheets and changed
Yeah,
the dates on it. And the flyer that Vera did for me, have you seen this thing?
I have. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Isn't
It's
that great?
gorgeous! I love the little chibi bear. That's
It's
hilarious.
so Vera has done some amazing flyers in the past, but I think this one takes the cake.
Did he do the artwork, or who's that?
I Who, Vera?
Yeah, because 'cause I'm looking at, like, the
Viragosa. I don't know if he got the artwork from somewhere or whether he did it himself, but that flyer is gorgeous.
I love it.
He did a very, very good job on this one. I love
Oh
it.
god, it's
So
just I'm staring at it right now, I'm just laughing so hard at the Moonkin with the derp face,
yes.
and
Look,
the
I
bear just looking very angry, but still just sitting there. That sounds about right.
So for anybody who wants to see what we're talking about, go check out the featured content channel in EK Discord. It's also up on the Guild social media site. So if you're not in Guild, but you follow us, you can go and you can look at it and see what we're seeing. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like it's
The cat, the feral druid, just oh my god, that's the kinda look that the cat gives as it's just slowly pawing the water glass off the table.
it's like, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Bats the glass off the table.
Staring at you the
The
whole
whole
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yup. So I'm also looking at the possibility of attempting another Paladin versus Monk run since people have had time to level alts.
People don't
Um,
play monks. Who plays a
yeah, I
monk?
know. So I'm gonna be on everybody be on the lookout. I'm gonna be putting a survey out to see how much interest we'd have in it and who would be on which team just to see if we can get enough people. If we can get enough people to do it, hey, we're gonna do it. Um,
I swear, guys, monk is fun. I promise. It's fun.
I mean, you'd probably be suffering through either my horrific DPS or my horrific healing because I don't know how to play a monk.
It's okay. Nobody does. Um, I've said it before, but it's still hilarious. Windwalker has so many bugs
Does
in
it?
like just oh god, you have to clip Fist of Fury. You have to do weird stuff with your stuff. It's there's so many bugs. But the problem is Windwalker has had bugs since Mop that
Yeah.
if you fix them, you don't have a class anymore. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
monks. They're
hey,
fun.
you know what? When I'm on a DPS that I don't know what I'm doing, I do what Haliki tells me to do,
Oh god.
or
I actually
Hakili, or whatever the heck the add-in is called.
I actually
Hakili,
haven't
maybe.
Hikili, yeah. I haven't looked at the APL for Hikili. I think it matches SimC, so it should be fine, but yeah.
I just
I
push the
I never
buttons
use it
that
because
it
I always
tells
play
me to
tank.
push. I push the buttons that it tells me to push because I have a million alts and I will just pop on one and decide I'm going to do stuff like, I think I'm going to mess with the hunter today. Um,
You
not
don't have
really.
all of the abilities for every class memorized, so you know
No.
exactly how to play them perfectly optimally? What is wrong with you?
Hey, you know what? I will get all of my tunes leveled before the expansion is over. That way, if next expansion I decide I want to main swap from a shaman to a rogue, I got my rogue as max level. Her gear is going to be garbage, but I've got her max level, so I normally level through. So there's a group of us on Harbinger that when there's a new expansion, we'll just group up and go group level through the expansion. Last year was only two of us that did it, but that's okay because we were the first people in Harbinger to get level capped. Um, so if I just decide I want to switch off the shaman to another one, I'm not out there on the struggle bus because I've got an undergeared tune that's getting her butt kicked every 2 seconds.
See, well, first off, I've been stuck in tank jail since, recent.
And you're
Um,
complaining about it.
yes,
Why? Because you like
because
to tank.
it's boring. I I've said this before too. Like tanking, in my opinion, is the let's see here. Yep, the easiest role in the game, and I
Okay,
know
okay,
I'm
look,
gonna.
about to get smacked by something really hard. Oh, let's push a cooldown.
It's not even that. Like, okay, do I have to chase the boss? Nope, boss is chasing me. Do I need to just live? Okay, job's done.
But you got to get the boss out stuff so the melee can hit it.
I mean, that's what makes a good tank a great tank, and I wish somebody did a blog post about this years ago. Oh, wait. In case you're curious, I have an on-running series of blog posts called
Oh no.
What Makes a Good Blank Great?" I think I've done
Dude, you need to
tanks and healers and
give
range
me some
DPS.
of them. We can post them on social media.
They're posted on the website. It's a
Are
blog
they on the
post, man.
website?
Yeah, I did it a long time ago.
Oh, I'll
Um,
have to go dig for them.
yeah, so that's under the qualification of what makes a good tank great. Like, yeah, sure, you're
Yeah.
a good tank, you live and you do all the stuff, but what makes you above the rest? But I find tanking super easy, probably because I've done it for 17 generations. Um, yeah,
17 generations.
yeah, that's that's a legit number.
So while we're on the topic of events, so
Uh-huh.
I hear the race is making a comeback.
It is.
We don't
We're
have any
working.
details yet.
No, no, we're working on it though, I promise. It's one of those things that it takes a lot of coordination and time and effort, and we want to potentially revamp a few of the inner workings of it and make it
Whatever,
a little
just
bit more fun.
let me know what you need me to do.
Um, be there and preferably, do stuff.
Well, I mean, I don't usually go on one of the teams, but I was hanging out with them in Twitch the last time
Okay. Why don't you go do the thing?
because I made an elemental shaman.
So, it's drafted
That's
and
a
we have to
handi
take everybody, man.
that's a handicap.
Yeah. And so is drafting a full team where you can't have multiple team members.
I mean, if somebody needs me, I can go. It's fine. But yeah,
Yeah. So we're working on it. We may change up the format slightly depending, who
I'm
knows,
looking
TBD.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it is this time. Like I said, if you need help with anything, just let me know. I'll help with what I can.
Okay.
So,
Pro tip, always be pulling.
I
ABC,
mean,
right? Always be pulling.
yeah. Well, it's ABP.
No, that's not the alphabet, Shay. That's not the alphabet.
So let's change topics a little bit. Have you played much on Diablo season one?
I have not done the seasonal, mainly because work has been sucking the life out of me and,
Yeah,
have 0 time. But I
I feel
played
that.
originally, like, before the season started, I got my wizard through the story. It was a great story. So
Oh, yeah.
good. They held no punches. I have no complaints about D4, but again, I haven't played it, terribly recently, so, like, the
Yeah.
seasonal stuff. I may throw up, like, a necromancer is usually my first season type of deal.
So I haven't done a ton, but just because same thing, work is kicking my butt. But and I decided I wanted to level and gear my priest.
How
So
dare you?
I know, right? Well, we didn't have a shadow priest, and shadow priests are so good right now.
Yeah, we have
But
2.
that's neither here nor there. But so I started leveling a whirlwind spec barbarian. Is that what it is? Is that what the class is?
Spin to win,
Yeah,
yeah.
basically. Um she's like level, I think maybe 20, and that's where she's been.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really like work has been so draining. I work I raid on Tuesdays, and then
Tuesdays?
yeah, we raid on Tuesday.
I thought you were gonna Wednesday.
No, we raid Tuesday. Wednesday
Where
is
have
my
I
key day. When
where have I been this whole time? I thought
Harbinger
Harbinger.
has always raided on Tuesday.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you
I
sure?
have been on the team for over 6 years, and it has always been Tuesday.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. You could be crazy.
I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's not relevant. We
I could
raid
have
on
sworn
Tuesday.
y'all were a Wednesday team. You know
No,
what?
we do keys
I'm
on Wednesday.
I'm mixing Harbinger and, um, Benediction. I
Maybe.
apologize.
No, Harbinger's
Okay,
always been Tuesday. We my key group does keys on Wednesday.
okay.
Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
It might be. I may be mixing some
Yeah,
teams up.
we usually do keys on Wednesday night and then either Saturday or Sunday.
Quick aside, just small little plug here. If you have any stories of old teams or things that have happened as far as history of the guild goes, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Message
Get those over
Alley.
to Allie, and we're working up a compendium type of deal for the guild
Yeah.
history. So
Yeah,
there you
that
go.
get them over there. I have to sit and think if I have any. I can always tell stories on Snow where I made her tank.
I can tell stories too.
Um,
I have a few of my
s
favorite stories, but they're not guild appropriate.
d Jazzy. Come on.
What can I say? Some people are terrible, and they're not
So
me.
so 10.1.7,
Mhm.
Tranai Warlocks,
Draenei Warlocks? We have it a question mark in our in our notes. Draenei
and
Warlocks?
Lightforged Tranai Warlocks, like, how? How, like, that
Look.
look, they're the light, the warlock is the dark. What, like, that makes no sense.
So here's what I'm gonna go with here, because this just came to me, so this is very like not even baked at all. But let's go with you know how the infamous my scars where it shows the light being a bit, ex-girlfriendy oppressive type of deal. Let's
That's
go
not
with
that's not the light, that's
that.
the Naru, okay?
Same, same. So let's go with that, because Light Forge, and then they realize, oh wait, crazy ex-girlfriend, and let's just go to the dark side, and then they start dating the goth.
I mean
I mean, it could happen.
I mean, yeah, they need to let Lightforged Draenei be shaman.
Y'all can't be?
No.
You're trying, I want.
You
Okay.
cannot be a shaman if you're a Lightforged Draenei.
See,
I wanted to make Shay a Lightforged Draenei, and I couldn't do it, and I was sad because I couldn't do it because the Lightforged Draenei looked cooler than the regular Draenei, and I couldn't make my shaman a Lightforged Draenei.
these are problems I don't have since all of my characters are gnomes.
I mean, but you know what though? If gnomes can't be druids,
They should be able to, and
they
I'm
should
for the
look.
mech druid.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. If they ever made it so gnomes could be paladins,
Absolutely, we should be able to be paladins. It would be hilarious.
It would be hilarious. But, like,
I would wear Ashbringer the entire
I'm
time.
sure you would. Or, you know what's even funnier? If you get a gnome warrior and you dual wield world breakers.
I've done that.
They're so big.
Yeah,
The weapon's like twice the size of the gnome.
yeah.
No, you know what other race I want them to make that shaman could be, and I would totally
No,
race change? No, not
gnome,
gnome. Not
gnome,
gnome.
gnome.
Night elf.
Oh,
Shadow meld. Because so the way it was with my key group before, the whole group was night elves except me. And if something went wrong, they'd go off in a corner and shadow meld and leave me to die.
eh. I
Ugh.
it's a weird thing for me because if you can't tell, I play exclusively gnomes for as much as I can. Obviously, there are exceptions to that, druids, um, but still, uh, I just they've always been my thing. And in one or two of the discords I'm in, somebody posted a screenshot of their night elf sitting down, and all the model clippings of all the shoulders and everything was just going straight through their head and everything. Like, what is wrong with this? Can we fix our clipping things? And I just glared and I said, "Cries in gnome." Because everything clip. The smallest shoulder pads clip into our ears every time. There's nothing that
Oh
doesn't
my
clip on
god.
a gnome. Can we
I
fix
mean,
that? I don't care about you long-necked night elves. I don't care about you and your one shoulder that's giant clipping problem. How about all of my weapons dragging through the ground?
yes. Oh my god, that's great.
Yeah.
Uh, so what are we thinking about the dream surges? That's gonna be like the Legion events 2.0.
Yeah, it's almost like they've done it 17 times before. I don't know. It's gonna be dream surges. They're gonna be
It's gonna
good. I
be
mean, there's Legion events are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They're great, but just okay, fill the bar, do the
so,
stuff.
anytime there was a Legion event, I used to take one of my alts that I was leveling
Oh
because
yeah,
you get like 80K experience from something that takes 5 minutes to do.
yeah. Now the one difference with the dream surges is the group of people that's doing it gets to pick and vote on what buff they get
Oh.
after the. I think it's after the event or maybe during the event. So you
Oh.
get to group pick, crowdsource whether or not you get haste, verse, or whatever. I don't know what all the
Haste.
others are.
The
No,
answer is always
God, no.
haste.
Never haste. Never haste. I have
The
six
answer is
percent
always
haste.
haste.
I have 6% haste on my brewmaster, and it's about 6% too much.
You're a tank.
Yeah.
It's always haste.
No, it's
The
never
answer is
haste.
Anywho, moving on. How are we feeling about being able to do dragon riding in the old content?
I've totally done that. Uh-huh. Yep, 100%. I've done done the racing through Kalimdor. I'm glad they extended it a week. For those who didn't notice, and by the time this comes out, it's gone. But they extended it a week, which is really interesting. Uh, they're just able to just shift an event like that. Hmm. It's almost like they should be doing stuff with the events more.
I mean, you know.
But I've heard overwhelming positive reviews of the racing through Kalimdor. I can't wait for the racing through Eastern Kingdoms because Eastern Kingdoms is better than Kalimdor every day of the week. Don't at me.
So Hollow's End, what are we thinking about the revamp on that?
I'm gonna be really excited to see
Oh,
what they've
dude,
done.
I am so looking forward to that because that's one of my Halloween is my favorite holiday. I mean, Thanksgiving is very next close because food. I like to eat.
Yeah,
Um, no surprise there.
I
Um,
love Thanksgiving
but
pie.
Halloween is probably my favorite holiday. I love it. It's great. I love the decorations. I love getting to take my kids out to go trick or treating to see the other kids in their Halloween costume, and all their Reese cups are mine. But that's neither here nor there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to be.
So I got y'all can hate me. I know. I don't care. I got the headless horseman mount several years ago, but I still go. I still do it on all my tunes to, one, help with the queue times because tank jail. But also, I want that broom. Every year I want
Right?
that broom. Instant cast flying mount, shut up druids. Instant cast flying mount is just so good.
It really is. Look, I got the Headless Horseman mount the first time I was in there. My
Hey,
husband was so mad.
yeah, as he should be. That's the correct response. How
I
dare
don't
you?
I don't think he ever got it.
Minimum 3-year grind for for Headless Horseman mount.
That was me with Anixia.
Oh, I got an Nixie the first time in there. But I mean,
I had all of my alts parked outside of that dungeon. The only two that I didn't have in there was my paladin. Well, it was the paladin between the paladin and the mage, or well, was the shaman. I don't even remember who my mage main was at that point in time. But I was playing with two tunes at 13 tunes every week for 3 years before I got that mount. And guess where
um,
I haven't been back to?
so I can top that though. 13 years,
Oh.
13 tunes. Love Rocket.
I don't have that one yet either.
I still don't have it. I grind it on every tune. That's like
I
13 to 14 that can do it.
I don't
Every
have
single year, every single day.
the Brewfest one either.
I got the Kodo a long time ago.
I don't have the Kodo. I went the Kodo and I don't have it. And I'm very sad that I don't have it because I should have it, okay?
Another low key one though, Rivendare's Charger.
Oh god, I don't even want to talk about that. You know how many years it took me to get that thing?
It took me less than one. And that's because I got it while I was leveling my first alt.
So I did not get it until I think it was in Cataclysm that I finally got it. But at least it's one a dungeon that you could run multiple times a day.
Yeah, I just
Uh,
queued up for random LFG. It got
so
brain just stopped working.
how I ended up getting it is a buddy of mine was leveling a tune and I'm like, "All right, we're going to do this thing, but if the mount drops, it's mine cuz that's back before it was personal loot."
Right, it was group loot.
And he was like, "I don't care about that mount. I just want the experience." So I was just chain running him through the dungeon and eventually it dropped. And then it dropped a second time after that
Oh, that's nice.
because he needed one more run to get his level that he wanted to get to for the day. So we both ended up with it.
That's
I'm okay
nice.
with that.
Yeah.
Um, so pings.
Okay, can I make a PSA here? I'm gonna make a PSA.
Go
Yes,
for it.
pings are coming in 10.17. The whole ping system where you can say, "Hey, just go right here," and you can put it on the ground, you can put it on a person, you can put it on a thing, whatever.
It's gonna.
Let
I can
let's
see people using it.
let's not be super toxic with this just as a WoW community. Let's not just
You know people are
incessantly
going
ping
to.
something.
You know people are
Let's
going
not
to.
let's not say question mark at the dead person, constantly. Like let's not, we're better than that, right?
You know
Right?
people are gonna do it though.
I know.
You know it's gonna happen, Jazzy.
But I'm asking as a favor to your wonderful brewmaster gnome. That's the best
Brewmaster.
thing since sliced bread. I'm asking for me. Please don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, we can't even say it's the best thing since Betty White because Betty White was born before sliced bread was a thing.
I know. Well, you know what? I Betty White is amazing. Was
Betty White
amazing.
is
Oh,
just yeah, I love Betty White.
rest in peace.
Yeah, I miss her.
We got sad all of a sudden. But don't be a dick with pings.
Yes, I
That's it.
feel that. I feel
Just
that.
don't. We as
Uh,
a community, as a WoW community, let alone a guild, are better than that. Prove that we're better than League of Legends, because we are.
yes, we
Yeah,
are.
I'm calling League out.
You call him leak out. There are no
Uh,
mounts in the training post this time.
yes, there is. It's the Krabby, right?
No,
No, am I crazy?
it's
I haven't I haven't
not
gotten
to
any.
buy them. I'm sitting looking at it now. There's
Oh,
nothing to buy, and maybe it's the is that the completion thing? I should
I
find
thought I
out.
saw something. I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
logged in yet.
it's the completion thing.
There you go.
It's just the completion thing.
I
I
should
gotta I
log in.
gotta I gotta gotta I gotta complete it this month.
That I
There's
mean,
nothing else I want to buy.
how do you not complete it every month?
I do complete it every month.
Yeah, I don't even
Like
try. Like, I don't even think about doing it. It just happens.
it's just kind of a passive thing.
Yeah,
It just kind of happens between the raid bosses and the dungeons and the doing of the stuff that you normally do in the game, and
which
it just happens.
low key, that's a good thing. Like
It
that,
is a good
there's
thing.
just a simple passive reward for playing the perfect. No notes. Keep it up.
Yep, exactly. So what are we thinking about 10.2?
I'll
Any
let you know at BlizzCon.
Oh, look,
Oh no.
you better let me know
I
because
so
reasons.
I managed to um so the first round of tickets, Shay didn't tell me and made me completely miss the opening for it. Thanks, Shay. Rude.
Hey, you
Um,
know what? I reminded you when you didn't say that you were there and you had gotten your tickets, okay?
uh-huh,
It's
uh-huh.
not my
So
job to make sure you get your tickets.
so it's Shay's fault 100% that I missed the first round of tickets. And the problem was the second round of tickets was while I was on a boat in the middle of the Alaskan Ocean. So, that was sad.
No. But you got a
But
ticket.
I got a ticket.
I wanna go, but it's not happening this year.
The the uh brain, I need you to work. The legitimate aftermarket thing, right? Where people bought too many tickets and they can't do it, so they just sell it back to the ticket people.
Uh-huh.
Um, Came through in a clutch. Like I
Woohoo.
said, I need one ticket, just the one, and make it happen. They said, yeah, here you go, and it was not
Just
a.
for me.
It was $1 more than I would have paid.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
not
so, like,
bad.
I cannot complain about this at all. So, I scored that, I got my hotel, I got my flight,
Nice.
I got everything sorted last weekend, so I am officially going to BlizzCon.
Woo.
Finally! Oh my
I
god.
wanna go, but it's not happening this year. Maybe next
Oh,
year.
I've been to, I think this will make my 4th or 5th one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm the David Chappelle meme, "Gotta yeah, I'm that with my BlizzCon. I need it. I need my nerds.
Wait, are the trader tender things account bound now?
They've always been account bound.
Have they been?
Yeah,
Dude.
because you can get progress for the whole thing account wide.
I didn't even think about that.
Mhm.
That's look, brain, it needs to work sometime. And today
Yeah.
it is not.
So anybody listening that's going to BlizzCon, find me.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll be there. You'll have
Unrelated.
to guess who's me.
I know what you look like, so
I mean, if you ever watched my stream, then you probably know what I look like.
I know what you look like. Unrelated, you know what we ought to try to do at some point?
Mm.
We ought to do one of these things on camera at some point.
We should, but then I have to put on pants.
They're not gonna look at the bottom half of your body.
Do you want to risk it?
No. I don't need to see that, Jazzy. We should totally do one of these on camera, but then
We
that means I
should.
have to brush my hair.
I honestly, this is probably I think we may want to start like maybe doing these live question at opportune times.
I mean, you know what? Maybe we can look at doing something on Twitch at some
Have a
point.
live Twitch chat that isn't toxic. I'm kidding. That doesn't exist.
No, but no, like we should maybe look at doing this at some point where it's a video so people can
Yeah.
actually see us.
Yeah,
I'd have
for
to
sure.
I'd have to see about finding recording software that can do that because I don't think Craig doesn't do that, does he?
No, well, okay, so if we're doing it on Twitch, we would have to use
Well, no,
streaming, use OBS.
I'm not thinking about Twitch. Could we record it on OBS?
Yeah.
Ooh. We'll have to sit down and coordinate about that and maybe do it live so people can actually see us.
Well, that's what I was saying. If we're doing it live, we'd stream it on Twitch. But if we're just recording the cameras, then you can
Well,
do
that's
that through
yeah,
OBS
that's
just
what I
by
meant.
itself.
Just recording it through cameras.
Yeah.
I may have to poke your brain on that because like I can use OBS to stream. I don't know how to record stuff with that.
I can show you how to set that up. You just take a
Cool.
source and get all
Okay.
the stuff. Easy peasy.
Cool. Or you could record it and send it to me.
Don't. What, did you just try to task me with something? How dare you?
That's my job.
I'm a little busy at the moment.
Maybe at some point we can do it.
We'll get it sorted.
Yeah, it's at some point, but in the meantime, people just have to suffer through listen to us talk.
I know the sound of my sultry voice. What can I say? Wow, was that a laugh at the sultry? Rude.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
But
It's
okay, sorry. We desperately got sidetracked. 10.2. Yeah. So here's my working theory, and this is a working theory. 10.17 is not live yet, right?
no.
We're in 10.15.
I
10.17 is going to go live approximately 2 weeks before BlizzCon.
okay.
At that time, we will get an announcement
For
before
10 2.
BlizzCon for 10.2. And by announcement, I mean what 10.2 is and
Yeah.
some of the features. And maybe a cinematic for where the story is going. Although the latest cinematic that I still haven't watched because spoilers, um, could help with that. But
I don't even
then,
remember what the most recent cinematic was.
oh, there's something with Farrakh and what's her name, the Frosty girl. So ten
Cindergosa?
two, the Frosty incarnate. I don't know her name because I'm
Oh,
terrible.
I don't remember.
So 10.2 comes out just before BlizzCon.
You mean 10
Or
17?
10.17 comes out just before BlizzCon. 10.2, like announcement of what's in it, overview happens at the same time. At BlizzCon, they expand on features for 10.2.
Mhm.
They announce features and storyline for 10.3, and they announce
The new
the
expansion.
very overarching where we're going for 11.0.
Ye Look, so my boss
That's yeah,
so I went back when I got back to work from my surgery, one of the first things my boss asked me, he says, I know you're probably gonna want a couple of days off in November for the new WoW expansion." It's like, "That's not this year, that's next year."
exactly.
And he said, "Oh, it's every other." I'm like, Yeah?"
Every other.
And it's funny because he as I choke on slobber, um,
Yummy.
he knows if there's a new WoW expansion, I'm taking a couple of days off of work.
I tell my work I'm taking the full week off.
Like, I'll bank days
Oh yeah, same.
until it gets to a time for new WoW expansions coming out.
Oh yeah,
I'm taking time off, and they tell everybody if there's a new WoW expansion, don't. So we got a couple other people that, but they know that I raid, um, and that I do all the social media stuff with the guild and all, and I kind of take it seriously. So they'll be like, "Yeah,
kinda.
you know what? You can have the initial push in the expansion because the rest of them are just none of them raid like I do. They just
Oh,
kind of
they're
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 casuals."
they're cute. That's okay.
So they'll let me have that time off. And oh, what is the quest for the week? I didn't even look at that.
Your ADD is
Oh,
striking.
yes, it is 4 mythic dungeons. I
Yeah,
probably
you
should
should
have picked that up on my shaman. What is the reward?
like a heroic piece of gear.
Is it heroic?
I think so.
I didn't. Is it? Oh, whatever.
Not useful
I
for me.
I guess I should pick that up with my druid before I start doing dungeons on her.
Yeah, probably.
You know what? I'm gonna go do that now before I forget to do it because I will forget to do it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, because reasons. Like it's not really that important that I do it on my shaman because I'm not gonna get anything useful. Um, but the priest, I'm still rocking 408 boots on the priest.
Yeah.
So I could potentially get things. Is it heroic or no? It's just it is heroic. It's for ooh.
Yeah, the dungeon one
Okay,
is usually heroic.
not always. I've seen it where it's been
The
normal.
dun the dungeon
Eh,
when it's the dungeon weekly, it usually is
is
heroic.
it usually heroic? I
Yeah.
don't pay that much attention to it.
The
Come
the
on.
world quest one is normal.
Okay, is that the difference?
Yeah.
Goes to show you how much attention I pay to these things.
I know, that's what I'm here for.
You know what it is. What it is. So yeah, we don't have any guests this time.
No, not right now.
So, um, I'm telling you, I'm bugging these people for the next one.
Good, do it.
They're coming for the next one. I'm
Good.
making them. I will. I look. I will drive to wherever they live, and I will nail them to their desk to make sure they're here for the next one.
For the FBI listening, that's hyperbolic speech.
So, anywho, oh, my husband's bringing a kitten into me. To
So you're
me.
definitely not distracted at all. Hi, kitty!
So I don't think I had taco for the last one. I had taco for the last one.
Yeah, you did.
So for my husband is sitting here holding the cat like a baby, and he's just laying there.
I don't know how else you're supposed to hold a cat.
Well, no, normally they fight. He's laying here going to sleep.
Yeah.
Today was not his day with the brain cell. He's orange.
Yeah.
So, oh, he just plopped in on me. Hi, honey. You want to say hi to people? He's looking at me like, "What are you doing, woman?" But yeah, so,
Sorry.
so
We
all
just had an
orange cats,
interlude. Don't mind us.
all orange cats share a single brain cell.
Is that
Today,
is that the thing? Okay.
yes, that is the thing. And today is not his day.
Ah,
Neither was yesterday.
I mean, I'm a dog person, so dogs only have the one brain cell to share, and they
Okay.
all lost it chasing tennis balls. So
Is that how they lost it?
yeah,
Oh my god. But anywho, I think that's all we had to cover today.
I think so. As always, it's been fun, Shay.
It has been fun. So thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Yeah, see y'all in the next one.